What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliott Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about why your man's feelings change so damn fast. Is it your fault? Is it his fault? What's the real reason? What is he thinking? We're going to go through all that, okay? Now, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Just click the red button below, and if you want to work with yours truly or get my course, Attraction Academy, which goes into so much more detail on this, it will help you get a guide to commit. It will help you maximize your attraction so guys don't pull away and they stay around wanting relationships with you. That course is down below. So here's the thing. I can easily say things like, oh, he really didn't want you. He just wanted the booty. He just wanted, sex, and all that kind of stuff. But that's a very common sense answer. I'm going to throw that aside. I'm going to talk more about context, and I want to talk more about the reason or context and how I personally feel like a lot of men are genuine for the most part in the beginning, but it's how context is created and then changes things. So what I usually see with my my clientele is they'll be talking to a guy for several weeks or a couple months or something like that, and things are going well. Things are going well, and they'll say, Elliot, he even told me last week that he loved me. He even told me, or we went on this amazing trip last week. I don't know where this is coming from. That kind of stuff. And then out of nowhere, he just drops his bomb on me. What's happening? Well, first off, I want to tell you that a man, when he does, or not having these problems, but when he's doing these type of things where he just where it feels like it flips overnight, his feelings change overnight, he's been thinking about him for a couple weeks. I would say at least 2 weeks. He's been thinking about this stuff. He's been questioning it. And he's sticking around because he's weighing the pros and cons. Maybe wants to avoid the talk. Maybe wants to see if, this blows by and things like that. So he is already thinking about it for a couple weeks. So, it might be a surprise to you, but it's lingering in his mind for a while. But if it's not that, here's the thing, ladies. I tell women and again, I talk about this all the time in my course. If you want more detail on this, please get it in the course. What happens is, I truly believe a good portion of men, not all men, but a very good portion of men are genuine in what they say, in terms of feelings. Like they're feeling these things. It's in the moment. Oh, you are an awesome girl. You are a cool girl. You are a chill girl. I do like you. You are attractive. I do feel this chemistry. They say all these nice and sweet things. But you got to understand that the things you guys do and say, it layers up over time, and I call that context. So it could be sex, it could be the amount of talking and texting, the frequency, the consistency, how many times you've seen each other, the dates, the quality of the dates, the frame. Again, talk about that in the course. Framing, meeting his friends or family, future talk, trips, how long the trip is, like all these things. They talk about all these things happen. And the girl in the beginning who he really, really liked, not that he doesn't anymore, but there's context now. The things he says now come at a cost, meaning, okay, you know what? We're having fun. We're hanging out in the beginning, but there's not this big relationship vibe. It's just two people talking. And I want the assets that she offers, which can be many things. And then after that, time goes by, and again, all the things I just mentioned, the list, the context is created. But now those things that I wanted, those assets, they come at a cost. It's because I can't keep going along with it, because if I keep going along with it, it's telling you I'm on the same page when I'm starting to feel like I'm not, because I have to answer to this now. I hope this is all making sense. I have to answer to this now. If I keep going along with it, after I say I love you and you meet my friends and family, as a woman, you should assume it's going towards a relationship. You should assume it's going towards a relationship. He knows that assumption. He has to answer that assumption because he has been building the context, whether he knows or not, towards that assumption. If you're talking and texting and you're consistent and the frequency and it's over a good period of time, and you're going on dates and he's saying I love you, whether he says that or not, but it's just the things you guys say, the future planning talks, meeting friends and family, it adds up. He knows that. What happens? He gets in his own damn mind, freaks the hell out, and then pulls away. So the number one solution to this, ladies, I tell women all the time, this is why I put it in my course, is you got to understand framing and context. You have to master framing in context. That means you control the pace. Well, he takes lead because he should be in the masculine energy. You should be in the feminine. He will take lead, but you have this, and I call it framing. You have this wider lens. You see more, more dimensional. Like you see an extra layer that he doesn't see, which is the pacing. So if he's moving it fast and he's doing all these things, you can go along with it to an extent, because if you keep on going at the speed that he's going, he should only assume, okay, she's on the same page, which then creates context later on down the road, and he freaks himself out. But if you're a woman who lets him go really fast and you go along with it, but you're not going as fast, you're trying to slow him down in any way, maybe not texting back as fast, or maybe saying, hey, we're going a little fast, let's slow it down. Whatever it is, he might pull back and tend to seek more validation from you, and he might do that by whether reaching out more. I'm not saying play hard to get, ladies. Please don't play hard to get. Don't play mind games. That shit works on 6s and belows. That's why y'all keep on attracting these guys who are 6 or 7s and belows, who play these fucking games. Okay, who want you mostly for sex. Don't play games. Just be honest. Just be like, hey, this is in your mind. Just be like, hey, this is moving really fast. And if you're not comfortable with it, and you understand from, again, watching my videos or my course, you understand what context is and how it's created. You're like, okay, I need to change this and maneuver and pivot to a different type of context, because if I keep going down this path, it's going to create this context of a very serious relationship very fast, very soon. He's going to freak himself out, and then he's going to pull away. Okay, ladies, I hope that all makes sense. It's always context. Context is everything. If there's anything I can leave behind in my legacy, it's framing and context. It is so important when it comes to attraction. And women wonder why a guy's showing so much interest in the beginning and then pulling away. It's because of this. It's the fact that he wants the assets. He's going to go after them, but by having the desire to go after them, you have to invest resources in them: time, energy, effort, money. And then those things are what creates the context. Like I said, the reaching out, the consistency, the initiating, the staying over, or leaving things over their place, meeting friends and family. Again, the list goes on and on. It creates this context, and he has to answer to that context eventually. So with that being said, ladies, if you want more on that, please check out my course, Attraction Academy. Links down below. If you want to win a man, you have to master context. It is everything. It gives you the most power you can ever have in a relationship. It gives you so much power, and a lot of times he doesn't even realize what's going on. Not that it's like evilness. If men were my client, I would teach men this also. It's just people don't understand context until after it's created. And they don't even know what's called context. They're just like, oh man, maybe I bit off more than I can chew, or maybe I don't want a relationship, but I liked her. Everyone paints this picture. And by you going at the speed he's going to, if he's going 150 miles an hour and you're going along with it, he should only assume that you're on the same page, which might freak him out, because if he's going that fast and he bites off more than he could chew, you should only assume, hey, you might want a relationship. He knows that. He has to answer to that, and that's what freaks him out. So he pulls away. Okay, ladies? So that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.